People have been asking me to do a Q&A since 100 subscribers, and I think I'm a little, overdue there. It also, might have been a while since my last video. Just a bit. But I was doing something pretty important. I took an extra job so I could afford to go to VidCon this year. Yeah, I'll be at VidCon 2018. And so you can recognize me. Here's my face, appearing in front of a bookshelf to look smarter. If you see me wandering around, come say hi. Or if you don't see me wandering around, you can find me at the animation meetup my friend Oscar Animates is running. Link to the info in the description, but I'll tell you right now, it's Friday the 22nd at 2:30 p.m. in room 211. So I asked you on Twitter for questions a long time ago, and I'm answering the ones I could think of answers to. Favorite color? Red. Favorite YouTube animator? These people. Do you have any siblings? Does my brother. What microphone do you use? And what programs do you use to draw, edit, etc.? I'll just give the full rundown of my equipment. Blue Snowball microphone, Audacity for audio editing, Cintiq 21UX tablet, animated in Flash CS5 and edited in Vegas Pro, and then for other artwork I use Photoshop CC. Do you play video games? If so, what are some of your favorites? Yeah, I'm not a huge gamer, but that's only because videos take so much time. I play a lot of Overwatch. And then favorites, Skyrim, Stardew Valley, and Ark Survival Evolved. What's your favorite band? Right now my favorite band is this obscure local band called July Talk, but also Gorillaz, 21 Pilots, and I went through a huge Billy Joel phase a while back. Do you like pineapple on pizza? I don't, but my mom does. Weirdo. Did you know Hawaiian pizza is a Canadian invention? We're so sorry. On average, how long does it take you to complete 1 minute worth of drawings for your videos? That's kind of a hard thing to calculate. There's a huge difference between the work that goes into timing a bunch of static poses and the work that goes into a detailed frame-by-frame animation. But it generally takes me about 60 hours of work for a 4-minute video, so 15 hours, I guess? But then part of that time is making the script and audio and stuff, so I don't know. How hard is it to get into the animation community for beginners? There's definitely more competition than there used to be, but it's not as oversaturated as something like Let's Plays. This community is still pretty friendly and tight-knit. Any advice for beginner artists? Here's my secret technique for getting better at art. Actually, you can use this to get better at anything quickly. Pick an aspect of your art that you're bad at and interested in improving, like anatomy or perspective, or even something more specific like drawing eyes. Focus on this thing like crazy. Read books about it, study it in life, watch YouTube tutorials, and when you're drawing, focus on implementing the things you've learned. Eventually, you'll notice that you've improved this thing beyond the level of the rest of your art. Now pick a different thing and repeat the process. If you keep hyper-focusing your skills like this, your art will improve very quickly. Why did you draw your friend as a snow leopard? Is there any form of deep symbolic meaning behind it? Oh yeah, the snow leopard and bat are kind of background characters. When I decided to make everyone in my videos animals, at first I thought I'd do a different animal for everyone I knew. I realized pretty quickly I was gonna run out of animals fast, so I took 2 of my favorite designs and made them essentially their own characters. While they were originally based on real people, they're more stereotypes now. Snow Leopard is a stand-in for the loud, outgoing kids I knew, and Bat is the shy, awkward kids. What's the most important piece of advice you've ever been told? It's gonna be something my mom said. She's full of thoughtful advice. You need 3 things for a successful marriage: shared interests, shared values, and physical attraction. If one of those things is missing, the other 2 will fall apart. You will only repeat your parents' mistakes if you don't take the time to empathize and understand why they did what they did. I'm weird, you're weird, we're all weird. For ice cream. So if you had to do one thing on YouTube besides animation, what would it be? I've actually thought about this before. I'd want to talk about history. Especially recent history. There's a tendency to look at the world around us and assume things have always been this way, but certain societal expectations and beliefs are way more recent than you'd think. I want to make a YouTube show where I take things people accept as normal and show how things got to be how they are. A little bit like Adam Ruins Everything, but not specifically focused on misconceptions. How did you find your art style? Okay, I've always thought this question is kind of weird. It doesn't make sense to me. It's a good idea to stick to one style for a particular project, but if you're deliberately drawing in the same style for all your art, you kind of stagnate. Your style should never look like a style to you. People say I have a style, but to me it looks like a weird, always changing amalgamation of my interests and experiences. Honestly, your style is often more defined by the things you do wrong than the things you do deliberately. What is your favorite and least favorite part of making a video? Favorite part is writing. I just have so many ideas I want to talk about. Least favorite part is audio editing. You know how you hate your own voice when you hear it played back? Imagine that for hours. Is the way I said this line actually bad? Or do I just hate myself? Are you a furry? Okay, but I'll actually answer this question seriously because a lot of people want to know. I don't consider myself a furry, I don't identify with the furry fandom, but I don't really care if people want to call me one. Some people's definition of a furry is just likes anthropomorphic animals, and by that definition, sure, I'm absolutely a furry. I also used to have a fur affinity account, follow some furry artists, and when I was like 11 and 12, I played a certain furry MMO. So, yeah, I don't really care if you want to call me a furry. But I'm not one, though. What animal is your character? Okay, time to finally address this question. I've got a lot of interesting guesses. Mongoose, hedgehog, hyena, dog, cat. But so far only one person figured out that the prehistoric mammal in my Twitter bio was a hint. Yeah, my character is something prehistoric. But nobody has guessed the right animal yet. It's called the Androsarchus. Only the skull has been discovered, but scientists think it may be the largest land carnivore that ever lived. It's like a dog, pig thing, and back in high school, for some reason I really identified with this thing. Also, I really like mohawks. But when I started my channel, I was like, hell no, I'm not animating this character with stripes. You know how annoying it is to draw stripes over and over and keep them consistent? I also generally wanted to make her easier to animate and more expressive, so I shortened the muzzle and made her more cartoony. At this point, she looked a lot like a hyena, so I threw in a few more hyena-like features. So yeah, you guys were pretty close with that guess. But the real answer is she's a combination of features I find fun to draw. You can call her whatever animal you want. I know, what a non-answer. But I wanted to design a character I'd always find fun to draw. And she turned out pretty unique. I mean, she stands out way more than drawing a character who looks like me. Well, thank you guys for your patience with this one. It took way longer than it really should have. After VidCon, I promise, I'll get back on track. Next video is already mostly written. It's about loneliness and social awkwardness, and it's a video I've had on my mind for a long time. Anyway, see you at VidCon if you're going, and if not, see you in the next video.